gang. How are we? Happy Saturday. Hope you're well. Are you good? Nice to have you with me. Welcome. This is your Saturday morning Pilates practice with me, Michelle. Hope you're good. Hope you've had a good week. Nice to see you again. We're live on our social media pages this morning. So we're live on Facebook and also on our Instagram page. It's good to see you hopping on, so I know the connection is good. Nice to see you. I can see some familiar names popping up already. Good morning. Hi, Jasminda. How was your birthday? Did you have a good time? Did you have a nice day? I hope you did, my love. Good to see you, good to see you. So listen, let's quickly just have a quick housekeeping roll call. Morning, Sarah, my darling, how are you? Hi guys. Hi. So, equipment-wise, all you need is a mat. If you don't have a yoga mat, don't worry. You can just use a towel or something to lie down on and just get some water. Good morning, Caroline, how are you? Nice to see you. Sorry, there's people all saying, hi, Helen, how are you? Sarah's there. Hello. Good. Hi on the gram. Hi, bling bling boy. I do love that handle. It's such a good handle. Morning, Susan. Hello. Okay, now, just while you're getting yourself sorted out, a quick thing to make you aware of for next Saturday. So next Saturday, I'm going to be incorporating yoga blocks into our practice. Okay, so here's one I made earlier. If you don't have a morning, Sarah. If you don't have a yoga block and you want to buy one, there are some on the Everyone Active shop, so you can check them out there. If you don't have one, do you see how I'm spinning it? I know it's one of their many uses. Morning, Barbara. If you don't have one and you don't want to purchase one, don't panic. You could just use a book or a cushion. Okay, but I'm just giving you, whoops, I nearly hit myself in the face with that then. I'm just giving you warning that I'm going to be using these next week. Is that cool? Perfect. Morning, hi, how are we? Good to see you. Okay, so should we get started? Listen, if you've joined me before for Pilates, you kind of know what you're letting yourself in for, so well done for coming back. And if you haven't joined me before for Pilates, welcome, you are in for a treat. So, happy with that? I'll remind you again at the end of class about getting a yoga block. And don't forget, I'll put a link maybe in the comments so you can see where you can get them. But they're really reasonable, but they really will enhance our Pilates practice next week. So remind me to tell you about that again at the end of the class. So if you haven't joined me before, welcome. Good to have you with me. I tend to kind of add things on to move. So we'll start with a basic move and then we'll kind of add on to it. So you can decide whether or not you want to add on to it or not. Perfect? Okay. Come on down to the mat. Remember, listen to your body. You know how you're feeling. If you need to take a break at any time, please feel free to do so. Make sure you've got water. And I've also got a towel here, which I'm going to pop underneath me at some point. But using a towel or even a yoga block is really good if you feel like tight around your hips when we're in seated positions. So it just might be something, if you are a little bit tight in your hips, it might be something that you might want to invest in for the future. Okay, let's have a seat. Come on down. Make sure you've set your fitness watches because you know if you don't set your watch, it doesn't count and you have to do the whole thing again, which I've been doing all week, annoyingly, isn't it? Okay, let's sit nice and tall. Push your sit bones down into the floor. Relax your shoulders and let's just take a nice big breath in. So release, lifting up all the way through your spine. And again, if you want to put something underneath you here, if you're feeling a little bit tight in your hips, you can always sit on your towel, or if you've got a block, you can sit on that as well. Let's take a nice big breath in, lifting all the way up, and then just let the breath go, release. So remember with Pilates, we breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the mouth. Breathe in all the way up, let your shoulders release, breathe out and just release. Good. And this time you're going to inhale for me, lift the arms forwards, and then you're going to bring your palms down and we're going to just draw the shoulder blades together. Perfect. So inhale, lengthen, reaching forwards, arms to shoulder height. Exhale, pull on back. If it doesn't feel good, by the way, sitting with crossed legs, if it hurts your knees, just take one leg out and you can sit there, or you can even just take both legs out. Okay, so don't kind of suffer if it's not feeling good for you. Release and lengthen the arms away, and then we're going to pull on back. Good, as if you're pinching something between your shoulder blades. Lengthen, reach those arms forwards. Perfect. Slide it all back. Good. Let's do one more here. Inhale, reach forward for me. Fantastic. Exhale, bring it all back. Release the shoulders. Bring your hands just to your heart. Press strongly in. Inhale for me again. Lift up out of your spine and just turn to your right. Just take a little twist. Exhale, release back to center. Inhale, turn to the left. Exhale, release back to center. Good. Can you feel that nice little release going on in your lower back? Come back to center. Good. Let's do one more. Just releasing and coming to center. Let the arms release. Bring the right hand down. Inhale, float the left arm up and just reach across to the side. But just make sure you're keeping your sit bones glued. Release. Let's do that again. Same arm. Inhale, slide up. Release. Press over to the right. Exhale, release. Let's change sides. Inhale, lift up the right arm. Slide across. Let the eye gaze drop as well. Release. Let's do one more. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Just slide across. Beautiful. Exhale, release. Good. Just release your shoulders for me. And let's pop on over to all fours. We're going to come into our thread the needle sequence. So we're going to bring a little bit more mobility into our spine. I'm hoping that this is going to really leave you feeling lengthened today, this workout. So let's get set up here with shoulders over your wrists. Your knees are apart and I've got my toenails down on the floor, so I'm not tucking under my toes. My feet are flat here. And you'll see that you've got your hip bones lining up with your knee, and just let your legs be at a right angle. Just push away from the floor for me. And I want you to really draw your belly button in towards your spine. And you're kind of looking forwards and down along your mat. Now you're going to lift your left arm off the floor for me. And we're going to thread through to the right side. So I'm going to reach through. I'm softening the right arm, letting the head release. And then you're going to rise. And this left hand, if I show you from the front, as you lift up, we're going to open and just take a little extension. Good. Let's do that again. So I'm going to stay at the front for you. So sweeping down, pressing all the way across. Let the head release. Exhale, slide all the way up. Release and lengthen. Nice. How does that feel? Good. Inhale, slide it all through. Let that head release. Good. And then slide all the way back up again. Perfect. Let's do one more here. Sliding through. Reach, reach, reach. And then slowly release and unravel. Perfect. Well done. Release. Bring the hand down. How are we doing? Let's do the same thing on the other side. So stay in that nice set-up position. Bring the right hand. Bring it behind your ears and then thread through. So you're going to reach all the way through. So now you kind of know where you're going. I'll go back to a side view for you just in case you've forgotten. And then you're going to lift all the way up. And we just counterbalance that by a nice, really big opening. Good. Slide on through for me. Well done. Just release. And lengthen. Opening up. Let that chest really open. Good. Do me a couple more here. Perfect. How are we doing? Good? Awesome. Good, good, good. Welcome if you're just jumping on. Welcome. Good to see you. And let's do one more here, guys, and then we're going to move on. So slide on through for me. Reach, reach, reach. Let that head release. And then slowly, slowly pull yourself up and lift right there. Good. Release. Just come out of your wrists just for a moment. We're actually going to stay in this position for our next sequence. So we're just going to come into a really nice solid base. So again, if you feel this is uncomfortable resting on your knees, by the way, do feel free to grab a towel or a very thin cushion and just pop it underneath your knee for some support. Let's get set up here. So again, exactly as we were just a moment ago, you've got your knees apart, they're lining up with your hips. Feet pressing down into the floor, shoulders are over your wrists, and again, you're going to pull your tummy in for me. Go ahead and extend your right arm in front and your left leg behind you. Let them just trace the floor. Exhale, slide it back in. Now, I want you to think here, I'm going to keep going with this, I want you to think about keeping your hips really level. So what's going to start to happen is if you start to drop your hip, we're going to come out of that nice alignment. So I want you to imagine that you've got a spirit level across the lower part of your back, and that's keeping you nice and stable. Fantastic. Now, you know, regular viewers will know I do sometimes lose count. So we're going to do 8 here. I think you've now done about 4, maybe 5. Let's lengthen. Let's say 5. Pull it all in for me. Good. I should have told you we were doing 8 from the beginning, shouldn't I? I know. Let's lengthen, reach through. So I'm just tracing the floor here. Now remember, you can stay with this if you want to as we move on. Just sliding as if I'm making a mark in the sand behind me with my big toe. So we're on the beach. Oh, that would be nice, wouldn't it? And we're lengthening the leg. Good. Just stay there for me. Now, if that felt okay for you and you'd like to make that a little bit more challenging, this time as you inhale and extend, you're going to lift the arm and leg off. Now, if that feels too much for you, of course, you can leave that foot down and just work with the arm, lengthening away, and then pull everything back in. Good. Inhale, reach forwards. Exhale, press on back. Good. Now you'll notice as you've lifted your leg, how that's suddenly become, you're going to do 8 here by the way, how that's suddenly become a lot more challenging. So what's happened is by lifting that leg off, we've changed our balance here a little bit. So what's now happening is that all the muscles around your core, remember they wrap all the way around you, they're all starting to wake up and engage, and they are all working hard to make sure that you don't fall over. Ta-da! Good. Let's keep going here. Are we good? Hope you are. Keep extending. Perfect. And then slide back in. Good work. Lengthen for me. So you've got a nice long line. One long line from your fingertips all the way down to your big toe. Now lift and lengthen this last one for me. And this time, as you lengthen, you're going to reach your arm out to the side, okay? So let's try that. Inhale, open the arm to the side. Good. And then bring everything back in. Superb. Open to the side. And then bring everything back in. Good. How are we doing? Good. I'm going to show you how that looks from the front so you can see the alignment again. So I'm just opening out to the side. My arm is in line with my shoulder. There's nothing else moving in my body apart from that right arm and my left leg. So everything else is still, and you can really start to feel your core is starting to engage there. Good work. Well done. Good, good, good. Nearly there. Now, let's lengthen again, reaching out super long and pull on in. Good. You've got a couple more here, I reckon, before you've done your 8. And then we're going to make just a slight change to the movement pattern. So you're going to open. Now, just you take a breather for a second and let me show you how we're just going to change that. So we're going to open that arm out to the side and we're going to lift the leg just as we have done. We're going to take a circle slowly. 4 little circles. And then you're going to release and come back down. Should we try it? Okay, good luck. If you fall over, do it with style. Are you ready? Inhale, open out to the side, lengthen that leg. Leave the arm where it is and just circle. 4, 3, 2, and release. Exhale, slide everything back in. Good. Inhale, lengthen all the way out to the side. Little circle. So I want you to imagine you've got a big marker pen between your big toe and your second toe, and you're making little circles on paper or in the air, whatever you want to do. Good. Awesome. Now, do you feel again how you're challenging your balance here? How all of those core muscles are engaging? Good. Also feeling a little bit in your glutes as well. You're welcome. It's like a buy one, get one free. It's the gift that keeps on giving. This is lengthen, reach, reach, reach. Good. Ooh, perfect. Release and bring it back in. How are we doing, guys? Making sure you're still drawing your belly button in towards your spine. Good. And as if someone's pulling on your fingertips and someone else is pulling on that big toe. Well done. You're doing so well, by the way. Good work. Perfect. Let's do one more here. And then we're going to move on. Good. Perfect. Just slowly take those circles, little tiny circles in the air. Fantastic. Release. Bring everything back down. Just take a little release. Good. How are we doing? Still with me? Excellent. Now, We're going to stay on this side and we're still working. Still working that same side as well, by the way. We haven't changed sides yet. So this time, as you inhale, we're going to go back to lengthening overhead. But I want you to crunch in. So you're going to bring your elbow in towards your knee and then lengthen. So you're reaching super long. Now, if this feels too much for you, you can slide that toe down towards the floor rather than leaving your leg lifted. But if you're lifting, really push off the floor with that left hand and then extend and lengthen. So you're crunching in on the diagonal, bringing right elbow to left knee. You've got 8 in total here. I reckon you've now got 4 left. It's like magic, isn't it? I know. When I pay attention, it's good. Let's do it again. Perfect. So really extend. Again, your one long line here. And then really curl in for me. Nice big breath. Good work. Make sure everything else is still. If you need to take a break, feel free to do so. Let's do one more for luck. Pull on in for me. And then really release and lengthen. Good. Release and just come out of your wrists. How are you doing? Are you okay? Good. I have got bad news. We've got to do the other side. Yippee! So have a little breather. Take a drink if you need to. Come out of your wrists. Just release your shoulders. And then when you're ready, join me back as we were. Remember, if you want to put that towel underneath your knees, you can do so. Okay, team, let's press off strongly off the floor. So this time you're going to be working with other arm and leg. Okay, so you're going to extend your right leg and your left arm. So we begin just by tracing the floor. Inhale, lengthen. That toe is making its line on the sand. And then pull back for me. Good. So again here, there's no other movement involved. Just that arm and that leg. Fantastic. Slide and press. And can you consciously push off the floor? So kind of, you know the heel part of your hand? If you press the heel of your hand strongly into the floor, it's going to give you just a little bit more lift. Yeah, good. Well done. Perfect. You guys are rocking this morning. Let's lengthen. Well done. Remember, we've got 8 here. I reckon we've got 3 more to go. Good work. Nice. How are we doing? Don't forget to breathe. Big inhale. Exhale. Bring it back in. You can really hear my breath on the mic, can't you? It's one of the downsides of teaching on the mic with Pilates. Bring it back down. Good. How are you doing? Good. All still with me? Perfect. Let's do the same thing, but we're going to lift off the floor. So remember, we're now adding that element of a little bit more balance. So if it doesn't feel good, you stay with tracing the floor. Inhale, lengthen and lift that leg off. Now, how does that feel on this side? Exhale, slide back in. Can you feel any difference between your right and left side? Slide back in. Good. Inhale, really lengthen for me. You guys are rocking this today. Good, well done. So I'm standing in front of you and I'm pulling on your fingertips, and my evil twin is stood behind you and she's pulling on your big toe. So you're one lovely long line right down onto the floor. Good. Imagine you've got 2 headlights on your hips and those lights are beaming down towards the floor. So make sure that you're not dropping your hips here. Keep it all nice and level. Good. Well done. You're only doing 8 here, remember. Only, she says. Only doing 8. Bless me. Well done. Let's keep going. Have you got a couple more here, guys, to go? If you've done your 8, by the way, of course, just take a breather. Release, bring it back in. I'm going to do one more, just so I don't leave you behind. Well done, release. Now, do you remember the next one that we did? We're going to open that left arm out to the side. So inhale, float the right leg, but exhale, reach that left arm out in line with your shoulder. And then bring it back in. Good. Inhale, reach out. So listen, your challenge is to stay as still as you can so that there's just movement going on in your left arm and your right leg. Guys, you're doing so well, honestly. This is really challenging. So well done. Pull it back in. Remember, you take a break whenever you feel you need to. Squeezing in, let the breath go. So So again, really be conscious and purposeful about your breathing. Breathing in through the nose, breathe nice and wide. Exhale, push it out through your mouth. Good. So good, guys. Well done. Keep going for me. You've got about 3 more here, and we're going to move on to our circles. Good. Are we still good? Yes, we are. We're having a lovely time. Release and open. Perfect. And bring it back in. Okay. Are you all okay? Still with me? Good work. Well done. Now we're going to add that little circle this time. So you're going to lengthen. Reach back overhead for me. 4 little circles. That's 4, 3, 2, and then bring everything in, and we'll go the other way. So lengthen, reach nice and long, push off the floor and take that little circle. Good. So again, this is challenging. If it feels too much for you, please just extend and then bring everything back in. And you can always do this on replay another time and see if you can add the circles in then. So I'm just adding these little bits on for you, but if they don't feel good, please don't feel that you have to go with everything. You can just add on what works for you. Perfect. Well done. Still extending. Can you feel all of those core muscles engaging? Squeeze the butt as well. Good. Lengthen again for me. Good job. Now we're going to add that little crunch. So let's extend. Take a breath if you need to. And then pull in. So elbow towards the knee. And then you're going to lengthen. Good. Pull in for me. So you're drawing elbow in. And then reaching nice and long. Good. How are we doing? You can't answer me because you haven't got any spare hands, I know. But you're doing well. I can sense it through the screen. Good job. Well done. Perfect. So you're going to do another 4 here. And then we're going to take a breather. You can have a quick drink and then we'll move on to our next little section. Good work. Let's do 2 more. Really extend for me. Push strongly off the floor. And then crunch in as strongly as you can. And lengthen again. Reach, 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 reach. Good work. Release and pull it all in. And then just release. Come out of your shoulders. How are you? Good? Perfect. Let me know how you got on with that one. Let me know it's okay. Give me some thumbs up if you felt that one. We're now going to move and lie on our tummies. Good. Perfect. Excellent. Good. I can see some thumbs up coming in, so that's good. We're going to lie down on our tummies for our next little section. So, good. Perfect. Good, good, good. Glad you could feel that one. Now, we're going to begin with hands underneath our forehead. Okay? So, lie down for me along your mat. You might want to just tilt your screen so that you're not hurting your neck here. But lying down nice and flat with your legs away from you. Good. Okay, so bring the hands underneath your forehead. And you're going to stay with your head on your hands for me in this first set of work that we're doing. Now, just as you're lying down, we're just going to just think about our key points that are down on the floor. So first of all, you've got your legs and they're just hanging away from you. So they're not kind of wide in a V shape as we sometimes have them. I've got them literally just hanging away from my hips. I can feel my toenails down on the floor. I can feel my ribs, my navel, both of my hips, my pubic bone, everything is down on the floor. Now, all I'd like you to do here is take a nice big breath in through your nose and just peel your arms and the top of your body off the floor. So you're going to really engage your glutes here. So I want you to strongly squeeze your butt. So inhale for me and just slowly lift off the floor. Exhale, release back down. Good, let's do that again. So as you inhale and lift, I want you to consciously squeeze your butt. Pull off for me. Exhale, release, let everything lower back down. Good. Inhale, peel off for me. Amazing. Exhale, release back down. So we're just getting a little bit of mobility going here. Well done. So you're going to lift and lower. We're going to do a total of 8 here. So breathe in, lift all the way up. Exhale, release back down. Good. Nice. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, slowly release back down. So even as you're lifting and lowering, you've still got those anchor points. So ribs, navel, hips, pubic bone. So if you kind of think of your hips and your pubic bone as being like a triangle, you've still got that triangle dropping down towards the floor. Good. Well done. Let's peel again. Lift off for me. Squeeze the butt. Exhale, release back down. Good. Now leave the arms where they are. This time you're going to lift your legs off the floor. So inhale for me, lift the legs just a little bit. Exhale, release back down. So again, as you're working, you're going to have your head looking down towards the floor. I want you to squeeze your butt. The legs are long, so as you're lifting your legs, for this exercise, we're not going to have the legs bent. They're going to be extended along the mat. So just peel and lift the legs off. Exhale, release back down. Really engaging those glutes. Inhale, squeeze and lift. Exhale, release back down. Good. Inhale, we squeeze. Perfect. Exhale, let it all go. Good work. Let's try a couple more here. Inhale, lift up for me. Exhale, release. Now, you know what I'm going to say, don't you? We're going to put that together. Now, if this feels too much for you doing it together, you can alternate and do one upper body lift and one leg lift. But if you want to try it with me, you're going to inhale, peel off the floor with the arms lifted off and the legs, and then exhale, slowly release back down. Lovely. Inhale, lift again, squeeze the butt. So those shoulders are relaxed and you're looking down towards your mat. Nice. Can you still feel those key little anchor points on the floor? Yes. If that feels too much, you lift the upper body, lower back down with the upper body, then leave the upper body still and just lift the legs off. So again, you could just do a little combination of that. Good work. Well done. Really squeezing strongly as you're lifting. Good. 2 more here, guys, and we're going to move on. Nice job, well done. Perfect. Okay, release for me. Just lie down where you are. And this time you're going to reach your arms overhead. So I've got my thumbs turned up towards the ceiling. And again, I've got my legs lengthened away from me. I'm going to inhale, lift the right arm, left leg. Exhale, release back down. Inhale, lift the other side. So we're working in opposites. As I'm lifting, squeezing the butt. Exhale, release back down. Good. Inhale, lift up for me. Feel that breath come high and wide rather than being down deep in your belly. Inhale, lengthen for me. Reach away. Exhale, release. Good. Squeeze the butt as you lift. Perfect. And again, here with the legs, we're working with long legs here rather than working with bent legs. We are going to bend the legs in just a moment. Good. Let's do 4 more here, guys. Well done. Good. Perfect. Keep reaching away. And again, you're thinking about lengthening along your mat here. So you're one lovely long line. Good. Okay. Now just release there for me. I want you to come up onto your elbows. So you're going to press your palms down into the mat and you're lifting up for me. So again, you're going to be looking forwards. Okay, so this time I'd like you to just take your feet a little bit wider. Relax your shoulders, so try not to hunch as you're here. Let a little bit of space come between your earlobes and the top of your shoulders. So we're just going to take a single leg kick here. So you're going to bring your right foot and lift it off the floor. Good. 2 little pulses. 1, 2, and then we're going to change legs. So in, and then a little pulse. Good. Now I hope you're pointing your toes. Are you pointing your toes? We want pretty toes. So 2 little pulses. Good. Squeeze in for me. Nice. How are you doing? Good. Looking forwards. Well done. And then just release. Stay in that position. You're going to bring both legs in, so a little double leg kick this time. So pulse in. 1, 2, and then lengthen. Good. 2 pulses in and lengthen. Nice work. Squeeze in for me and let it go. Good. And let's do one more. Pull in and extend. Good job. Awesome. Okay, we're going to roll up. How are you? Are you good? Have a quick drink if you need to. Let's move on. We're going to really now target our focus on our abs. Yippee! So flip over for me. We're going to be in a seated position here. So again, if you want to, if you feel a little bit unbalanced or a little bit tight in your hips here, feel free to sit on a towel, a cushion, or even one of your yoga blocks if you've already got them. So we're sitting with bent legs. Let me show you from the front. You've got your legs lining up with your hips here. So we're not working, for the first set, we're not working with the legs together. We're going to be working with the legs naturally resting in line with the hips. So if I was looking down at you, I would see that your big toe is lining up with your second and third toes. Your heel is lining up with your sit bone and you're sitting nice and tall. So let's really press into the floor here. Good. We're going to just come to a half roll back. So I want you to imagine that your feet here are pushing down into the floor and they're really going to keep you centered as we're working. So relax your shoulders down. Now inhale for me and reach your arms forwards. Good. Now as you do that, drop your shoulders down away from your ears. So you're reaching your fingers away. Inhale for me and just slide back. Good. Just about halfway. And then exhale, press back up. Lovely. Inhale, slide back for me. And then exhale, pull back up. Good. Try it again. Inhale, slide back for me. Exhale, press your feet strongly into the floor. Good. Pull all the way back. And are you drawing your belly button into your spine? Perfect. Let's add a twist here. So inhale for me. Twist over to the right side. Come back to center. Twist to your left. Back to center. Arms reach. And we sit back up. So let's sit back again. Draw the belly button in. Fingertips together. We take a little twist. Come back to center. Change direction. Good. Back to center. And slowly release up. Keep going for me. So I want you to imagine that I stood in front of you and with love, I've punched you in the stomach. Slightly aggressive for a Saturday morning, wasn't it? But I did it with love. So you kind of drawn everything in. Good. Well done. Keep going for me. Amazing. Slide back. Take a twist. Good. Back to center. Twist the other way. Back to center. Lengthen. And release. Let's try a little bit more of a challenge. Slide back for me. Lift your right leg off. Oh, hello. Release. Lift the left leg. Release. Sit back up. Perfect. Sit back for me. Slide that leg. Good. If it doesn't feel good lifting the leg off, by the way, guess what? You don't have to do it. It's like a pick and mix. So if you don't like the flavour, you don't have to do it. Good. You can just stay with that roll back and you don't even need to add the twist in if that doesn't feel good for you. But I want you to feel really long through your spine. I hope you're going still, aren't you? Okay, cool. Let your shoulders release down away from your ears. And you just take in that little twist, right, and then back to the left. Good. Okay. Take a break there. Let's make it a little bit more challenging, shall we? We'd love to, Michelle. That would be awesome. Inhale, lift the arms all the way overhead. Sit yourself back. Good. Lengthen one leg. Release. Lengthen the other leg. Reset. Press back up. Try again. Sit back for me. Arms reach overhead. Press out one leg. Good work. Extend the other leg. How are we doing? Good. Release and press up. Keep going for me. Now you should be feeling this more in your lower abdominals, this one. You're welcome. Just send me a thank you note. Keep going. Good work. Lovely. Nice work, guys. Let's drive really strongly backwards. Lengthen. Good. Other leg extends. How are we doing? Good work. Try it one more time for me. Let's lengthen. Release. Good. One more. Release and reset. Just release your shoulders. Perfect. You're going to lie on your back for me. Feet are flat, knees are bent. So relax your shoulders down away from your ears, making sure again that your legs are still resting in line with your hips here. So just as we were a moment ago, with everything lining up with our hips, I want you to be back in that position for me. Just make sure here that you're in a nice neutral position. So if you're not quite sure how to get there, easiest way to do that is to pop your hands on your hips and imagine that you've got sand in your pockets. You're going to tip the sand out of your pocket, so you're going to draw the hips forwards and back and then come to a nice centered position so that you're not glued to the floor, but also you're not overextending with a great big arch between your lower back and the floor. Fingertips are just going to begin by the ears, and let's just begin with a little ab curl here. So you're going to inhale for me, peel off, and you're looking in between your legs, eyes to thighs. Exhale, release. Good. Inhale, peel off for me. Exhale, release. Good. Let's go again. Inhale, slide off. So you're looking in between your knees. Exhale, release back down. Good. How are we doing? Keep those elbows nice and wide. Perfect. So can you feel, keep going for me, it feels almost like you're like a concertina as you lift up. Do you know what I mean? So you're squeezing in and then opening and lengthening. Good. Well done. Nice job. Okay. So you can stay with that. If you'd like to make that more challenging, we're going to lengthen the legs. Uh-oh. So you're going to shoot the legs up for me. So we're going to inhale, peel off, take one leg down, the other leg down, release, reset, pop it back down. Let's try it again. So inhale for me, pop the legs overhead, and then take that little ab curl. So you're going to squeeze up, keep the elbows back. Let's stay here this time. You're going to go 8 little kicks. 8, 7. Let the breath go. So as you come up through center, you're going to inhale before you change legs. Now, if that feels too much for you, it doesn't feel good, you can, of course, work with bent legs in exactly the same way, but you can still take that little ab curl, so you're still lifting off, but instead of lengthening your lever with having the legs long, you can work with them bent. So please do what feels good for you. By the way, when you've done 8, take a break. 25 minutes later, they're still doing a scissors. Sorry, I was just chatting. You know how I get tied up. Release, take a break. Let's do that again. So we're going to reset, guys. So inhale for me. Lengthen those legs overhead or work with them stacked over your hips. Release and take that ab curl. Now keep the elbows back. Are we good? 8 scissors. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, reset, and just take a breather. Good. Let's do one more of those and then we'll move on. So lengthen those legs or leave them bent. Squeeze and lift off. So a very slight chin tuck. Eyes towards your thighs. Lengthen. Let that breath go. I want to hear you breathing right through the screen. Good. I can kind of hear you. Keep going. Don't hold your breath. Well done. Nice. Good. Once you've done 8 of those, release, come back down to the floor, and let's just take a little quick break there before we move on. How are we doing? Good? Excellent. Just release. Just take a little rock around in one direction. Good work. Well done. Change direction. Nice. Okay. Now, this time I want you to work with your legs glued together. So imagine that you've got rope tied around the lower part of your legs and around your thighs, and they're going to squeeze together. You're going to open your arms all the way out to the side for me. Good work. Now, we're going to drop both of our legs towards the right side And then slowly power back up. Let that breath go. Good. Release the shoulders. Slide both legs towards your left. Now, as you're dropping your legs, I want you to be conscious that A, you're keeping them at that nice right angle, but B, most importantly, as you drop your legs across, that you're not lifting your shoulders off the floor. So maybe that means you don't come down particularly far, but I want you to keep your shoulders glued into the floor. Good. Well done. This is really good for your obliques. Come back through to center. Nice. Release and drop across. Good work. Come all the way back through center. Lovely. Do it again for me. So you're dropping away. Release, let it go. Good. Back to center. Can you do me one more on each side? Guys, you're doing so well. Well done. Come back to center. This is going to be your last one that you do today. Drop across to the side for me. Perfect. Release. Bring it back in and then just give yourself a hug. Gently just roll the legs around in one direction before you change direction and go the other way. Just take a little release there. Pop your feet down onto the floor and then lengthen your legs away from you. Amazing. Inhale and lift your arms overhead. Let them just reach strongly and then drop your shoulders down away from your ears. Amazing. Stay there. Breathe deeply in through your nose and let the breath go through your mouth. Perfect. When you're ready, draw your knees in and then roll yourself up. So we're coming into a seated upright position. Good. Are we all okay? Perfect. Welcome back. So just sit comfortably here. Relax your shoulders. Push your sit bones down into the floor. Good. So if it doesn't feel good sitting cross-legged, you can take the legs out or take one leg out. Bring your left hand over your right thigh. Bring your right hand under your shoulder. Push off the floor and then just take a little twist. So you're just looking over your right shoulder, but you're lifting up through your spine. So imagine that there's a helium balloon in the corner of my room. Imagine that that balloon is on your head and it's lifting you up towards the ceiling. And everything from your hips down is pressing into the floor. Come all the way through center. Let's change sides. Right arm over left thigh, left hand under the shoulder, push off the floor, lift and twist. Let's stay right there. Good work. Nice job. Calm back to center. Release. Just let your shoulders release for me. Take your legs out in front of you and let them come nice and wide. So push through the soles of your feet. Good. Let the arms float out to the side. And you're going to bring your right arm and turn it forwards, and your left arm is going to turn away. Release, come back through center. So press strongly through your feet. Take a little turn, but you're still keeping that imaginary helium balloon on the top of your head. Good work, well done. Release, come back through center. Let's slide across again. And let's do one more here. So you're pushing your hip bones down to the floor, right? Good. Turn right there. Amazing. Release. Good work. Just release your shoulders. Nice job. Take your legs and lengthen them in front of you. So you're going to use the length of your mat here. Press strongly off the floor. And then I want you to inhale and lift off the floor for me. Exhale, just reach your arms forward. So you're releasing your shoulders down and then just slowly reach forwards. Exhale, pull back. Feel that really nice release right down the back of your legs. If that feels a bit too much, you can bend your knees here. Sliding forwards and then drawing back. So relax your shoulders down away from your ears. Inhale, slide forwards. Exhale, pull it all back. Perfect. Let's do one more here. So you're sliding forwards. Exhale, release everything back. Good work, release. Just release your shoulders. Sit comfortably for me, have a seat. So listen, don't forget, next week I'm going to be incorporating a yoga block into our practice. So they are available on the Everyone Active shop, so you can check that out. I'll pop the link in the comments below. But obviously if you don't have a block and you don't want to go and get one, you can always do what we're going to be doing either without the block, or you can use a book or a cushion. So just bear that in mind for next week. Okay, for now, let's relax the shoulders. Breathe in, lift the arms all the way up. Release, let the arms open. Give yourself a hug, wrap the arms around yourself, let the chin drop. Just feel that nice length down the back of your neck. And then lift your head, release your shoulders. Perfect, breathe in. Let it go. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday, whatever it is you're doing. Well done. Thank you for joining me this morning. Hope you enjoyed your practice this morning. Any questions, pop them in the comments below. If not, until next week, stay safe. Bye for now.